Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It videos every single Wednesday where I'm chatting about some new makeup releases and launches, letting you know a little bit about them, and then also talking about if I'm planning to pick them up or pass over them. And as always, I have a lot to chat about this week, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Alright, so I had my list all planned this weekend. I worked on it. I was looking at the new releases. I was looking at my list, looking at my tags, and I was like, got it. Got my 4 products I'm talking about, and then just this morning as I'm sitting down to film, which is on Tuesday, Trend Mood posted new releases on our Instagram and all these new tags came through, and I was like, why? This happens every week. So I decided to switch it up because I felt like I was getting a lot of tags on a couple of the new products that were just posted this morning. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is a new eyeshadow palette from Tarte Cosmetics. This one is called the Matte for Matte Palette Jewel Pop. It's $10 for 10 different shades. It says for bold or subtle eye looks and has a satin matte texture. Okay, so I feel like e.l.f. is, I feel like their Matte for Matte palettes have gotten really good reviews and hype in the past. I've never purchased one for myself or owned one for myself. I did actually buy the Matte for Matte palette. I remember buying it and then I put it into a giveaway, and I remember that was one that I was like, not gonna put it in the giveaway, I'm gonna keep it with me. And then at the end I was like, you bought it for a giveaway, like, don't be selfish. Whoa. So that is the only time that I've actually purchased the Matte for Matte palette. Didn't keep it myself though. And so when I saw this new one coming out, I mean, I saw the tags coming in and I saw they had the new Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette. I instantly got intrigued. And then when I saw it's the Jewel Pop, I was like, okay, I still like it, but I still think I would like the Matte for Matte, like their previous one that's more of like the browns and the neutrals, because that's just what I'm attracted to and I can't help it. I know we all have these palettes and everybody releases these palettes, but they're my favorite. Look at my eyes today. Like, I tried to throw some glitter on there because, you know, it's December and all that, but that is what I am most attracted to when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. So I feel like this one looks really cool though. There's a beautiful picture on Trend Mood that I will have here. I will have her Instagram listed down below. But there's a beautiful photo that I'm looking at right now with like this hot orange in there that looks incredible. There's a beautiful green in there. It looks fantastic. I definitely did a double take and I was definitely drawn to it. And for only $10, I mean, how do you really go wrong? Like, how do you really go wrong? I think it's amazing that e.l.f. can put out so many new releases, so many good releases, and still keep their prices so affordable, because that is something we're not really seeing with drugstore and affordable brands these days. So I think that's amazing. I don't think I will get it for right now. I think this is gonna be one of those that kind of like stays on my radar and I'll have to think about it. Basically, the biggest reason is I bought a lot of makeup over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's true. I have a haul coming up. I just have a couple more packages that I'm waiting to get, and then I will film my haul video, but I bought a lot of makeup, so I'm kind of like, okay, reel it in, Samantha. And I have a lot of new eyeshadow palettes. I think I even talked about it last week, how I said I'm just a little bit overwhelmed with eyeshadow palettes right now. I'm trying my best to use them as many times as I can so I can get my review videos out there for them. I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed at this point. I think if I brought in a new eyeshadow palette, it wouldn't get the love that it deserves, because I'm trying to focus on these other ones, these other, I think, 5 or 6 eyeshadow palettes that I've recently got, either bought myself or gotten in PR. I'm trying to use those as often as I can to get reviews on them, so it just doesn't feel right bringing in a new eyeshadow palette at this time. But I feel like I will keep this one on my radar though, and again, for only $10, like if I'm strolling through Target at some point and I see it pop out, I mean, this might be something that's kind of like an impulse buy. It does look really nice, and again, I heard really good things about the Matte for Matte palettes in the past, so I feel like this one would probably be pretty good quality as well, but I'm too overwhelmed right now, guys. I'm too overwhelmed. This isn't a brand new release, but it is still pretty new, and it's been on my list for quite some time. I really did want to chat about it. This is a release from Cosmetics and Itsmyrayeraye. So they came out with a 21 color eyeshadow, highlighter, and contour palette, and then also a 9-piece brush set. I'm looking at the Cosmetics website right now, and it looks like the highlight and contour palette is actually sold out, so that's kind of a bummer. The 9-piece brush set is still available for $24. I will have that one listed down below. This is one, I started getting tags on it a while back, and I was kind of in that mode where it gave me the double take. I was like, ooh, that looks really interesting. I love face palettes, I love contour palettes, highlight palettes, like I love it all. But so I was instantly pretty drawn to it, and BH Cosmetics is really known again for their affordability. Some of their pieces now can also be found at Ulta. Again, you're getting all of this, all those eyeshadows and contour shades for $22.50. Like, That's freaking amazing. I think that's awesome. It looks like there is 15 matte and shimmer eyeshadows. It sells in a silky blendable formula with rich color payoff, 3 contour shades, and 3 highlight shades. So it is sold out right now, so I wouldn't be able to buy it even if I wanted to. It was one where I kind of like talked myself out of it. I was like, no, I don't feel like I need that one. You know, again, I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm not sure, but it was kind of one that like kind of like niggled at me back here. Like, do you need that one, girl? Like, do you need that one? And then I watched Katie or Luster Luck. She did a tutorial with it not too long ago on her YouTube channel. I love the look that she created. I had like, it kind of like talked me back into wanting to buy the palette, and then I was like, what should I do? What should I do? But I decided to stand firm with kind of my initial thought of like, no, keep in mind, you just bought a lot. You keep saying you're overwhelmed, but then you keep buying makeup. Like, stand firm. If I was able to talk myself out of it at one point, I'm like, just stay strong. Now looking, it is sold out right now at the BH website. So they do have a little link there that says click to notify me when it gets restocked, so I'm sure it's coming back in stock. I'm not positive if it will be at Ulta Beauty or not, but again, I feel like this is another one that's maybe gonna stay on my radar right here. Like, maybe when it kind of calms down, I mean, does buying makeup ever calm down? But maybe when things kind of calm down a little bit, I will glance back at it. Who got the palette, who wants to get the palette, and who is gonna put it on your like maybe for the future type of wish list. Let us know. So this is another one that Trend Mood just posted about this morning, and the tags on Instagram started coming in. I was like, oh man, Tarte released something else again today. Like, I love Tarte and I buy so much from Tarte and I enjoy a lot from Tarte, but man, they put out a lot. I can't even handle it. Okay, so we got another new release from Tarte Cosmetics. This is the Foil Finger Paints Shadow Palette from the Rainforest of the Sea collection. It says it includes new textured foil formulas with 3 warm-toned foil eyeshadows with a crushed velvet texture that melts onto lids, while the split pan iridescent and silver sheer sparkling shades can be worn alone or layered as top coats. Alrighty, so you have 3 foil finish shades and a split pan with 2 shades. So basically you have like 3 big shades and then 2 smaller shades. I mean, I'll have the picture inserted here as well. And all of that is $39. And I felt like when I was getting a lot of these tags on Instagram, a lot of people were specifically asking me about the price. Do I think it is worth it for that price tag? Because 5 shades for $39, that is pretty pricey. I totally get it. So the packaging is absolutely gorgeous on this. I will say that right away. The packaging looks beautiful. The palette, the shiny, the jewel tones, like it looks freaking gorgeous. Don't get me wrong there. It says right now, I'm looking at the Trend Mood website, it says it's early access of VIB Rouge, and so I'm not sure when it will become available for everybody else. I'm assuming in the next couple weeks here or so, but any other links or date information I will have in the description box down below, along with all the other products I'm chatting about. I know right away, I saw it and I was like, yes, looks interesting, but I just kind of knew right away I was going to pass over this one. I don't really like buying just shimmer palettes or just metallic palettes, just glitter palettes. It's not what I'm necessarily drawn to. I really like all-inclusive palettes. They're definitely my favorite, and I'm the same way. I was just talking about this in one of my previous videos, I think it was my makeup monthly, that I'm such like a palette lover. I love going into one palette to complete my entire eyeshadow look. I like going into one face palette for my setting powder, for my bronzer, for my contour, for my highlight. Like, that is how I like to do my makeup. I don't know what it is, and I feel like it's something kind of like recently about me, but I don't like tearing apart my entire office and all of my drawers and my shelves to create my makeup look. Like, that is what I realized that I like, and I'm not saying I do that every day because of course that's totally not possible. Like today I have a palette on and then I have some glitter on from something else, and I don't feel like I'm drawn to something like this, especially when it's only the 5 shades. It's just like, how often would I actually reach for that, or would it just kind of like collect dust on my shelves? And I feel like it would probably collect dust. And for $39, I feel like I could put $39 towards an eyeshadow palette that I really, really want and I'm really intrigued at. I could put it towards a lipstick set. I mean, yeah, foundation. There's so many other things that I could put the $39 towards. The colors in there, they look really beautiful, and I like kind of like the assortment of colors. There's this really beautiful, you know, kind of red burgundy shade in there, and what looks to be like a really nice champagne color too. I mean, I like the color selections and I think they look pretty. I like Tarte eyeshadows. I bet they would look nice on the eyes, but for me and for my personal makeup taste, I don't think I would get a ton of use out of this one, so it's better for me to put my money elsewhere. But you know, I completely understand that we all have different makeup vibes and different makeup tastes. So what did you think when you saw this one from Tarte? Were you surprised to see another new release from Tarte Cosmetics? Putting this one on your list. I would love to know any of your feedback down below, but this is one that I felt pretty confident in saying no to. So lastly, I want to talk about the new collaboration between KathleenLights and Colourpop. When I posted my Will I Buy It video last week, I got so many comments in there like, what about the KathleenLights and Colourpop collab? She had just posted that video the morning that I posted my Will I Buy It video. So many people were asking me in that video what I thought about the collection. Like, I promise, I will chat about it next week. So the new collaboration between KathleenLights and Colourpop, they released an eyeshadow palette called Dream Street, and they also released some lipsticks as well. So the lipsticks are in Rev. I know Kathleen calls it Rev. I believe it's pronounced in a French name for the full name, but she says Rev. I'm gonna say Rev. Also Dreamy and Moonchild. The Dream Team lip bundle is $18, or you can buy them individually. I know that Rev and Dreamy are currently sold out on the Colourpop website the last time I looked. And I believe Moonchild, which is the gloss, I believe that one is still available at the time that I'm filming at least. And also the eyeshadow palette is still available as well. That one is called Dream Street, and you get 16 of their pressed eyeshadows. There's 6 mattes, 4 metallics or shimmery shades, and 1 satin, and it's $16 if I did not say that. So I was really excited when I saw this. I really like KathleenLights. She's been one of my favorite YouTubers for a very long time. One of the first that I started watching. I've bought a lot of her collaborations, especially with Colourpop. Colourpop is a very affordable brand. So nice when YouTubers that team up with affordable brands, because then it's like you can support them at the same time without feeling like you're just like destroying your bank account one makeup release at a time. So I think that's really cool. So I decided to pick up the eyeshadow palette. I did order it. It is not to me yet, but I did decide to get the eyeshadow palette. I watched the swatches and I just was drawn to it. I really like the Colourpop pressed eyeshadows. I like them so much more than their original Super Shock shadows. And I believe I mentioned the Colourpop shadows. I think it was in my holiday gift guide maybe. I was recommending Colourpop eyeshadow palettes because they are affordable and they're really nice quality too. And I said I want even more to add to my collection. Well, I'm doing a really good job of that. I did just recently purchase the All I See Is Magic palette. I talked about that in a past Will I Buy It video. I said I wanted to buy it. I did buy it. And then I decided to purchase the KathleenLights. I was like, I kind of went back and forth because I was like, I don't need both. Like, if KathleenLights would have came out first, I would have bought it and then I would have talked myself out of All I See Is Magic, but it's fine. They were $16. No, All I See Is Magic I think was $20. KathleenLights was $16. Like, I know it's not like the most expensive, but still, like, this is why I'm feeling super overwhelmed with eyeshadow palettes, because I just bought another 2 myself from Colourpop. So there's that. But I did buy it. I was attracted to it. I like the eyeshadows. Like, I feel like I'm getting good quality. Not everything with Colourpop to me is great quality. I don't love everything, but I do like this eyeshadow formula. So I decided to pick that up, and at $16, it caught my attention. I did decide to pass over all the lip colors. I actually had talked myself into Rev, which was kind of like that hot orange red shade. But I ended up talking myself out of it because I was like, I don't wear those shades a lot, and I actually have a few. I think I have a liquid lipstick and a regular lipstick in that shade. I don't wear it a ton, and especially for this time of year, I feel like I was wearing them more in like the spring, summer, so I'm like, you probably don't need it. And Colourpop lips are not my favorite, actually. I think that the ultra mattes especially, but even sometimes the ultra satins, I feel like they go bad very quickly. They're super affordable, which is great, but for me, I have a really big lipstick collection, so sometimes it's not worth it even to buy lipsticks that are cheaper if they are gonna go bad right away. And then on top of all of that, when I placed my All I See Is Magic palette, I bought a freaking Colourpop lipstick. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Like, I talk myself out of things, and then I'm like, yeah, no, but this one. But this one, so because I did that, especially, I was like, okay, you probably don't need this other eyeshadow palette, but don't add more lipsticks on top of it. You don't need to do it. So I bought something else that I'll show you guys in the haul too. I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess. What can I say? I don't know what to say. This is why I'm trying so hard to talk myself out of the other products that don't turn my attention or don't immediately grab me so hard. Like, I'm trying to evaluate and like put them in order of what I really want, what I really need, because for whatever reason, I'm just buying a lot of makeup right now. So I did get the palette, decided to skip over the lipsticks. I actually don't like the Colourpop lip glosses. I know a lot of people have been recommending them to me lately, and I don't like them. I've tried them. I've tried several different shades and colors of them, and I do not like that formula at all. I'm not a huge lip gloss person anyways, so I decided to pass on the lipsticks. I was being good. I just decluttered a lot of my Colourpop collections. Like I said, I feel like things were going bad, so I was like, nope. Don't get the lipsticks, but I did purchase the palette. I'm really excited to get it in. I'm excited to support. I'm excited to have a new Colourpop eyeshadow palette. Been wanting to pick up more and add some more to my collection. Like I said, the palette is still in stock, and then also the lip gloss is still in stock, so I will have any links down below as well, but that's what I picked up from the KathleenLights and Colourpop collection, and I'm really excited to get that package in. Did you guys get anything? Are you still planning on getting something? Did you need to pass over it? Are you buying too much right now as well, and it just didn't fit? It just didn't make it to the top of your list? Let us know. So that is going to be everything for today's Will I Buy It video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful or entertaining in some way. As always, let me know what you think in the comments about all the products that I talked about. Which ones are you picking up? Which ones are you passing over? And what would you like to see in next week's Will I Buy It video? The tags and suggestions always help me out so much when making these videos, so I really do appreciate it. As always, if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go. I will be live tomorrow night on my YouTube channel at 7:30 CST if you want to come by for a live chat. Otherwise, I will catch you in Friday's video.